Yo, what's up guys, it's me Ollie here, and today on the channel I decided to make this video today because I'm very concerned if Portsmouth are actually going to get relegated. Because recent games, like last 5 games, we've not been at it at all. Our last win was against Millwall, what's probably one of our best wins of the season. But since then, we've barely won games really. We did beat Charlton as well, but but we're talking about recent form. Wrexham 2-1 loss. Okay, we've had a very hard run. But having to play Wrexham, Hull, Blackburn, Swansea and Derby. The two really tough games are Hull and Derby. I don't know, Hull and Wrexham. Swansea, I probably was not too sure about. Derby, I wasn't either. But the next 3 games, well, Norwich is definitely going to be tough. But QPR and Oxford, I reckon we could probably get a result out of them, but we would need our striker, whoever's playing, Colby Bishop or Jacob Brown. We would need we would need one of them to step up in those 3 games to actually keep our survival hopes alive, because we would need to win at least one of those games to actually keep it alive. Because right now, I'm actually very concerned at the minute. QPR, we could get a result. Norwich, I don't think we will. Oxford, we can. At least a win against either QPR or Oxford could probably keep our hopes alive. I don't see us winning against Middlesbrough or Ipswich. We might get a result against Leicester. So, 4 or 5 wins we could get. Maybe, 3 or 4 wins we could get. Because there's a few fixtures that aren't too tough, but also quite tough. Like, for example, Stoke. They dominate the ball a lot, even though that's what we do as well. But Stoke, they have a lot of chances, but similar problem to us, they can't take them. Exactly the problem that we're going through at the minute. We could barely take our chances, especially with players like Colby Bishop and Jacob Brown. Well, can't really say much about Jacob Brown because I've only seen 2 games and he scored in his opening. He's only played 2 or 3 games, and he did score against Swansea. But Colby Bishop's played like a lot more, and he's only scored 2 in the whole season. So I think that's Colby Bishop done for the rest of the season. I want to see how Jacob Brown performs, because he might convince myself that we might not need a new striker in the summer. Obviously, I think we should get a new proper striker to actually help us score goals, because we can't really do that at the minute. Our wingers are creating a lot of stuff for our strikers. Like Melenik Ali, I always see delivering crosses in. So is Caballero. Josh Murphy was doing that before he got injured. I hope he's fit for the new season so we could play him on the left and Ali on the right. Because that would be a perfect wing duo, really. Because Melenik Ali's got the footwork and Josh Murphy's got the crossing and the footwork and stuff. So I'm just hoping that he's going to be fit for next season. I don't even know how long he's actually going to be injured for. Hopefully he can play a few games for the rest of the season to actually get a few contributions and stuff. But like I think our defence is fine with signing Dia in January. I think Ogilvy's fine. Right, so a squad that I think might need doing. I think goalkeeper is perfectly fine because Schmid can just pop out with a fantastic performance. He's kept us in this league because he's made some crucial saves for us, especially last season. That performance against Leeds, that we actually won 1-0, was a brilliant performance. He made save after save after save. But I think the whole defence is fine. I think Swanson on the left is fine. Devlin on the right. Well, Devlin at left back. No, Swansson at left back, Devlin at right back. That's fine. The centre backs, Ogilvy and Shenezi or Paul or Dia. That's perfectly fine. Whoever, I don't mind because they're all quite good. Well, they're all just normal centre backs, really. Ebel Adams, he's a perfect CDM for us. I think the second CDM spot we might need changing because we're playing John Swift and Marlon Pack at the minute. I think in the summer sign a new CDM similar to Ebel Adams, but I don't know. Someone younger than Marlon Pack and John Swift, and someone who's like quicker than both because both of them are quite slow. Yes, they've both performed well. Well, Pack has definitely performed well because I saw him in that game against Millwall. Because I saw highlights, he played really well with that. He scored a goal. I think Swift scored in that game as well. I'm not sure though. I missed Dazelle playing because he was actually quite good for us. He scored a goal against Preston, I think. Yeah, Dazelle was alright, but if he comes back, we might not need a CDM. But for now, if he's, if he leaves Pompey or something, we could probably do with a new CDM. Wingers are fine. Josh Murphy signed a new contract until 2028, so that's fine. Melania Kelly signed in January, so that's fine as well. Striker, we need to change. Someone more clinical than Colby Bishop. Last season, we saw a different Colby Bishop to how we see him now, because right now he's missing sitter after sitter after sitter. But last season, he was banging him. Like, really, I don't know what's happened with him. I really don't. Like, what's happened to Colby Bishop since last season? Because last season he scored 11 goals and he's only gotten 2, like, right now. But, to be fair, I don't know what's going on with him. Jacob Brown, I'm not too sure about either. Yes, he's only played a few games, but I'm not too sure if he's going to be the man for us, really. Because, for some reason, John Mousinho plays him at cam sometimes and plays Bishop up front, what I don't think's right. Because Brown cannot play at cam because he is a striker, and I've seen this passing, he's not very good. Similar to Bishop, but probably better than Bishop, I don't know, but I'm just uncertain with the striker positions at the minute, and I don't really know if they're going to bang in goals for us for the rest of the season. I don't know how we're going to get these goals, really, but I'm not too certain. Obviously, I do think... Okay, I'm not too sure about survival. We could, if we get wins in a few of these fixtures. But since the most recent teams below us are actually playing quite good now, Leicester, Oxford and West Brom. Okay, West Brom aren't. Okay, West Brom are getting a few draws and stuff and win. Well, they won 3-0 up against Hull, so that's a great result for them. Blackburn have performed better under Michael O'Neill. I think it's just down to the 5 teams who have not been relegated yet. So that being Oxford, Leicester, West Brom, Pompey and Blackburn. Obviously, I'm not sure because all of them 4 teams are actually recently played quite good. The team that's probably been the worst out of them has been Leicester, and we still have to play them at Fratton Park. But it's definitely going to be 2 of those 5 teams going down. I hope Pompey actually stay up. We need to create more chance. Well, we're creating enough chances, we just can't take them. Like, we dominate based on last season. Okay, this season and last season, we loved dominating the ball on a lot more than we did. Last season, I don't know what was happening, but this season we've seen a lot more possession Because I think we were trying to attack a lot more because we were scoring a lot more goals last season. But this season, we're just going more possession-based. But is there going to be a second season syndrome for us? And we might go down. That is exactly what I think will happen to Oxford, because last season they stayed up quite simple. I think they were below us though. Not sure, but I do think they're going to go down this season because of budget-wise. Even though they have signed some solid players. But I don't think, since Oxford's most recent form's been very good, I don't think, though, it's going to be enough. Obviously, Matt Bloomfield is a decent manager. Yes, he actually took Luton towards the end of last season, were actually playing quite good. Obviously, they still got relegated, double relegation, shocked how they did that, but Rob Edwards got sacked at Luton. He's now managing Wolves after having an unreal start with Middlesbrough, and Middlesbrough are more than likely going to get promoted to the Premier League this season. Something Pompey aren't going to do for a while, sadly. But the positive side, with the chances that we're getting, if we get a clinical striker, I reckon we would be getting a lot more wins. Because we create a lot down the wide. Out wide we create a lot. Well, it's usually out wide that we create the most. Because we usually see Malenik Ali delivering the crosses into the box. Well, we usually see him getting in the box, trying to skill a player and then crossing it. But Josh Murphy's quite the opposite, because he just goes for crosses. Like we saw at the start of the season and last season. But if we just... the main thing we need in the summer is a striker. Because Colby at the minute cannot finish. I'm sorry, but he can't. But I don't really know what else to say about the video, really. I just hope Pompey stay up. I'm not too sure at the minute because of our form and the fixtures that we got left. We've got very tough fixtures. We still have to play the top 3 teams, Middlesbrough, Ipswich and Coventry. But yeah, that's just going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it and see you in a bit.